Hello everybody, how's it going? It's me, Crendor, and welcome back to Crendor Talks in front of a shitty green screen. Today, I want to be talking about what I've been up to. So, I recently made that video kind of going over all the new orc stuff coming out, but I've had laryngitis for the last like month and a half. I had COVID, which turned into COVID laryngitis, and it lasted practically forever. And that is a month and a half. But when you're doing this for a living and you have to be like, "Wah," I would pretty much just talk and my throat would get aggravated and irritated. So I could talk for like 20 minutes and then my throat would be like, "Nope, we're shutting down." And I'd be like, "Okay," or like it just sucked. So I'm finally back to just being able to be myself and normal, and I can talk again. Huzzah. So what have I been doing? We had Hot Rat Summer. I did a whole bunch of Skaven stuff, built a new Skaven. It was great. And then I kind of took a little break. Pretty much that's what happens with the hobby, right? You take breaks. One of our game group friends moved up to Wisconsin, so it made it harder to play with him, and we did 2v2s all the time, so we had to try to find a fourth, and it's always hard to find a fourth when someone's like, "I'm working," or like, "Oh, I can't play because my family stuff," like whatever. People have all the reasons, right? So it was just hard to get games going, and then some people were just kind of burned out because we played a ton of Sigmar and just Warhammer stuff in general. And so I took a bit of a break, and then as I was sick, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start painting some stuff again because I got nothing else to do. I can't talk. So I started painting Mega Gargants, and it was actually a lot of fun. I got 2 Mega Gargants I've painted. One I painted like a little bit way back in the day, and I like super worked on them. And another one, I was King Broad. I painted up from scratch. So I'm gonna show you some of that right now. Here we go. Hold on. Let me do the old switcheroo to the other camera. I forgot how to do this. This is a professional video stream. All right. Okay, then I go here, and then we activate. Okay, here we go. Let me swivel the camera or the microphone over here. All right, professional. There we are. Hopefully that doesn't sound terrible. All right, here we go. I'm swapping over here. So here is my one Gargant, and this guy is the Kraken Eater. I think the War Stompa head is what this guy's head is, but I thought he looked much more like an old sailor guy, you know what I mean? Like, so I glued his head onto the Kraken Eater. So this is actually a Kraken Eater. You can kind of Kraken Eater. You can see where I just like brute forced it on there. Like, you're a Kraken Eater now. But I had a lot of fun painting this guy. Obviously, there's still a lot I can do, but he's good enough for me. Probably just a lot of dry brushing and highlighting and all that. But, you know, for the most part, if he's on the table, he's looking like a Kraken Eater, right? So that's one guy I've been working on. Then here's my King Broad I've been working on. He's a little more contrasty. The Kraken Eater's a little less contrasty, a little more normal paints, but I'm pretty happy with how he turned out. Looking like a king of broads. He's got his big tree. I tried some stuff with the bark, and I didn't really like it, and then I tried to paint over it, and then it looks good enough for me. But it turns out birch tree is kind of like difficult. I was trying to paint a lot of birch tree stuff, and I was like, I don't know. I'm happy with it. So you got the little guys on top. You got the guys like hiding in his hair back here. His little belt things, like a turtle shield down here. So happy with how he turned out as well. And then I finished up my, hold on, I'll get to those in a second. I finished up my Ratman, the super priest. I even did his base here. You can see I tried to make it so like the plague and the corruption's like leaking out. See that? Like it kind of looks like moss, but whatever. But I'm pretty happy with how he turned out as well. I wanted to keep the plague priest kind of theme, so I painted his bottom half of his robe, whatever it is, the same color I have all my plague monks as. So I tried to theme it a little bit, and then, you know, he got his little staff with the rats and everything up there. I really like this guy. He was really fun to paint. did the horns and everything. I'm happy with how he turned out as well. And then now with all the new Gits and Orc stuff coming out, I've been inspired to paint more of my Orcs and Gits, obviously. So I was like, hey, you know what? I have all these trolls that we have right here. And I was like, listen, I have 12 trolls, man. All right? I genuinely have so many trolls, and Rockgut Troggoth specifically, that I didn't know what to do with them. I'm like, I'm not going to go through and paint these individually and like be like, oh, because I don't care that much about Troggoth. Like, they're fun, but like, I'm not going to spend that much time on them. I've got too much other Warhammer to paint, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm going full contrast. So I did. I went full contrast. I just started painting them up. I was like, dwarf head orange, right? A bunch of different greens, you know, different greens, different scale colors. Like some of them, you got like this guy's like a more pale green skin, but his scales are like darker green. So I tried to do that. Or like this guy holding the Trog, or not the Trog, the little goblin guy. I wanted one to be extremely bright yellow because of the Bad Moon. So he's the Bad Moon troll. He loves the Bad Moon. Got like some other blue ones with the gem rocks and everything, right? So I was like, listen, they can either stay unpainted or I can just go full contrast. So I went full contrast. And you know what? I'm happy with it. I can paint them better whenever I want. If I'm ever like, you know what, I really want to touch these up, make them better, I can do that. So that's what I also like about contrast. It's so thin, you can just kind of paint over it or, you know, touch it up and do whatever you want, right? So let me move back over here now. Here we go, moving the mic. All right. There we go. Oh, I gotta do a little more. So yeah, that's what I've been working on. Just a lot of big things. Big rats, big giants, big trolls. I guess they're like average size trolls in terms of trolls. I need to paint Trug, the Troggoth. I still have my Trug. That's gonna be my next big project, painting Trug. So hopefully he's good in the new book, but I think I'm gonna have a big revitalization here with my Sigmar stuff, with the new Orcs and Git stuff coming, and painting all that, and probably playing a ton of them, because those are some of my favorite things. Destruction armies. I love destruction armies. I love all of them. I wish the Ogre Frost Lords got a little more help. That'd be great, because right now they're bad. Really bad. And I love, dude, Frost Lords are like my favorite, because they're essentially like these ogres riding giant Yeti monster thing. Like, they're so cool, and now they just suck. And I hope their book is pretty soon after, but I also hope there's a lot of books for things that I have, because I have most armies. So we'll see, but I'm excited to see what the new year's going to be for Sigmar. Honestly, this is the most fun I've had playing Sigmar when I do get to play in quite some time. I really like the new Age of Sigmar. I love countercharge. I love the new commands. I love how you get command points. It's much simpler than what it used to be. It's also much more strategic. You have to actually... Sometimes I just blow through command points and I'm like, wow, I really shouldn't have done that. Wow, I rallied for 2 health. I didn't even need that probably. So just plenty of things like that, or just redeploying when you don't have to. I don't know. I enjoy the extra layer of strategy. And then the battle tactics have actually been, I think, the best they've ever been. Things with like, usually going first, you never really have a good battle tactic aside from like take the center, or like, if you can squeak out a different one or some, like take their terrain, but usually they're going to have their terrain covered. So they feel challenging, but not like completely 100% doable a lot of the time, right? And so I've really enjoyed those, or this version of battle tactics. And obviously, you know, nothing's perfect or terrible right now. I think some could use a little tweaking. Some might be too easy. Some might be not difficult enough, or, you know, whatever. But I think with the next version of battle tactics, or maybe some updated ones, I really want one that helps monsters, or, you know, plays into monsters, because it feels like they haven't really focused that much on monster stuff. And I, as somebody who loves monsters, as you can see by my all my giant monster things, I thought it'd be cool to have a battle tactic that was like kill a monster or have a monster kill something. Like I always thought that was cool because that way, if you don't run any monsters, you have a tactic to kill someone who is running monsters, and if you do have a monster, you have a tactic to kill something with that monster. So I thought that would just be a really, it feels like simple, good battle tactic to have. Like you still have to bet on your monster killing something and they can play away from it, or you still have to bet on them trying to kill your monster and trying to protect it, right? So I don't know. I think that'd be a fun one. Games Workshop. But aside from that, I've really enjoyed this version of Sigmar. So hopefully it keeps getting better. Hopefully these books are good. I'm hoping because right now some units that I like to run, like the shaman, the bird shaman, in Cruel Boys, please just make him better. Just keep making him better, dude. He's just, I just want to run him, right? Please help the bird shaman. Hopefully the new endless spells help the bird shaman. That'd be great. So either way, thanks for watching. Let me know what you've been working on, how you're feeling about the new Sigmar, or just any Warhammer stuff in general, or miniatures, whatever you're doing. And I'll see you next time. Okay? Okay. See ya.